of you love technology?
Woo! Yeah, baby.
How many of you have a love-hate relationship with technology?
Yeah. Me. Love-hate. Yeah. Love-hate.
How many of you know that you kind of need to learn how to use technology to make this business work? Okay. So we all kind of understand that even if you don't love it, you need to kind of learn the basis
Well, I
of.
think it's exciting once you get in it.
Yes, it is. I've always loved technology. My dad was a computer software engineer, and so I always kind of had I learned those things a little bit quicker than some, just because of my dad, and we always had computers, and he was always teaching us different things. But I've just always loved the cool new tricks of the world or whatever of electronics. But especially recently, there are a lot of apps that have just come out for Mary Kay that you might not understand what they're for and what they're used for. So I created this list. Some of them are Mary Kay specific, and some of them are like other people use a lot, but that we use them in Mary Kay, or I use them in Mary Kay. And so I kind of wanted to go over all of those, okay? So first one is Mirror Me. This is Mary Kay specific. It is not for anyone else, but do any of you know what it's for? Do you guys know the virtual makeover?
Yes, I've seen
That is still an app, but basically there were a lot of other issues with that, and so they created a newer and better version.
So that's what this is.
So that's why I don't have the Mary Kay. Technically it's still out there, but there's no need to use it.
No.
So what happened with that app is you would put colors in and looks, and it would be like a light overlay onto your skin, and it would look funny, not like blendable. But this app is more like, has anyone ever used Snapchat filters nowadays?
That's what it is.
Well, there's Facebook filters. Like they're using that technology. And so it actually looks real. And when you move, it's like not just like on the screen, right? Anyway, so that's what Mirror Me is. It's their new virtual makeover. Okay. It also will give you fun eyelashes and, other things like that. But it will make them look pretty. Whereas the virtual makeover I never liked using because I felt like it didn't look like what it would if they used it. So anyway, but Mirror Me is really cool. Okay? Skin Sight. Any of you know Skin Sight besides reading it? Do you guys know? Have you used it? And okay.
You can scan their face.
Yes. I talked a little bit about it.
Good lighting.
Yes.
That's the tweak they need.
Yes.
And natural good lighting is better than.
Right. This.
Oh, really?
You have to play with it. But it can tell you, like, you would scan Angela's face and it would say, look at her face, it's so hot. Or it might say,
It doesn't
this is
say
the
that.
regimen. It does not say that.
Check the box, she's hot.
It would suggest, or like, it shows you in like 4 or 5 different ways, like,
Wrinkles,
Yes.
texture,
Texture.
tone, yes.
and
So-
like, it suggests what regimen.
Which is why I
they should
haven't
use.
tried
Yes.
Skincare line.
So this is the thing
No.
that I think if you started using, and Sherry was talking about this, that you'll sell a lot more repair sets. You'll also sell a lot of supplements is what I was going to say, because it
wrinkle
will
filler.
recommend based off of their actual picture. And sometimes people are just going to think, oh, she's just trying to sell me to sell. When if it's a computerized and it's looking at their wrinkles for whatever reason, they're going to be like, oh,
And you can say
I
that,
can
the
see
picture
that.
of their face, and you can send it all to them.
yes.
Oh, really?
So
With all
you
the
can
information?
share all the information. You can send it in an email form. It is awesome. And one of the things that I think most about this app that you should do is before they start on a regimen, the very first time that they use it, you save that picture in a file, create a Facebook group, create a folder in your phone, however you want to do it, but you save that picture, and that is going to be the most accurate before and after picture for their wrinkles, for their texture and tone of their skin.
How cool.
And I think that will be proof for all of the skincare and how it's working, because it's computer generated. You can't say, oh yeah, can't you see that those wrinkles are starting to soften? And when you see yourself every day, it's like losing weight, gaining weight, a lot of things.
Don't talk about the last one.
That you don't necessarily see it or the people that are around you all the time don't necessarily see it when you're constantly looking at your own face in the mirror, right? But when it's someone else that hasn't seen you for a couple months, they're like, wow, you look like you lost weight, or wow, your skin looks really good. That's what this is going to prove to them.
Okay.
Because it will show, you know those lines in the Time-Wise Repair, the computer generated fine lines and deep lines that are blue and red? If you don't know what I'm talking about, pull out a new repair set and it will have that folder, the booklet, and that's what it's doing. It shows the fine lines in blue and it shows the deep lines in red. Okay. And so if you were to snapshot that, send it to yourself, save it, whatever, and have that for every single one of your customers that start the repair, start the miracle set, start whatever skincare set, and then you do it, it has to be accurate lighting before it will let you take the picture or before it will read it. Okay? So they know that, like, oh, they have to, it's not like better lighting. It's not, it has to be in good lighting for it to register your face. Does that make sense?
We'll take a picture until.
Yes.
So, Angela,
So
where
wash
do
your
you save
face,
them?
natural lighting without makeup.
Yes,
That is
without-
how they're supposed to do
Without
it.
anything, it's
Yes.
Nothing?
no moisturizer or anything.
Yes.
Oh,
Cleansed.
Right.
That's it.
okay.
Yes.
So where do you ladies save your pictures of your customers for this?
I actually think I'm going to create a Facebook group just so I don't have to have it on my phone, take
Right, all
up
the
space,
time,
save it or
yeah, I
whatever.
know that.
But you can also do like a Google Cloud folder. You can do under Google Photos. You could, you know, whatever you want. But even just a Facebook group that no one can see but yourself, you upload it and save it.
So could you put it on thumb drive?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Save it to a computer, save it to a thumb drive, but if it's on your phone, you'd have to email yourself so you can save it on a thumb drive, you know, that sort of thing. So whatever makes sense. I don't want you to do what I do.
Well, I
Do
was
what
just
makes
looking for
sense to you.
ideas.
Yeah, no. I wasn't saying that. It was just in general, use what makes sense to you.
Right.
And if you think it's just easier and you don't use up your photos very quickly, then just save it in a folder into your phone. And then if you get too many, then you can figure out what you're going to do with them, right?
Yeah.
If not, just save them onto your phone, at least for now.
Right.
So, okay, so skin sight, you're going to want to do that tonight, tomorrow, whatever, wash your face, do the pictures so you understand how it works. You have to like level it, you have to find the right lighting, you have to, and there's like, it has like a green checkbox and it will say good lighting, bad lighting, like it has to check all of them before it will register your picture and then go to like the next screen. Does that make sense?
It's really cool to use it. Like
It
after
is.
you get it to work and like it's like, oh gosh.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, I got things to work on.
Yes, yes. MK Events app, that's kind of self-explanatory. When you're going to company events, it will give you information on where to go, where to meet, times, schedules, all that stuff. So career conference, seminar, if you're going to seminar, definitely download this app. It will be very important, okay? Voxer is a walkie-talkie communicating app. It is definitely not just a Mary Kay app, but the Mary Kay world uses Voxer a lot. Well, there are a lot of reasons why I love Voxer, but the reason why I love using it with my consultants is I can talk to you at my convenience. You can ask me a question at your convenience. The other reason is, how many times have you had a conversation and they tell you kind of how they word something and then you're like, wait, you know, then you actually do the calling the next day or 2 days later or a week later and you're like, now how did she word that?
You can listen to it again.
You can listen to it again. That's what I love about the Voxer app, is training, re-listen to it. Now how did she word that? You can
star
save it, you
stuff,
can
so
star
saves
it.
under a star.
true.
Yeah, so that's really
My
important.
favorite thing is that it obviously you can hear the intonations of what you're saying.
Yes.
So much better than
How many
text.
times
Yeah.
have we read something and they're like, ugh, that was rude, or
Yes.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's all you.
It's the ups and downs, it's the pause.
Yeah.
It's the, if you just read a script, you can sound super
True.
computerized and not friendly, or
Hi,
you can
my
sound,
name is Michelle.
yes. And if you've ever worked at like a call center, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Pick collage. That is my personal preference on how to create an invite. You do not necessarily need to use that, but that's my personal preference. Find an app. There's invite apps. There's all sorts of it. But honestly, finding the right invite with the right layout, I just like the pick collage because you can move the text as much as you want.
Yeah.
You can, it doesn't have to be specific, and to me it's faster. I know for people that don't know how to use it, sometimes the invite ones are easier for them to use because there's a place that you put time, and use whatever works for you. But to me, that's the one I like the best. It's video training from the company that you can get on your phone. You can find some seminar speeches. You can find like the what's new, what's hot. You can find a lot of the different videos and like things to learn from, team building stuff, whatever, but it's directly from the company, whereas like our unit app would be specific to maybe our general area and how we found that it works in this area. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So they're a little bit more particular about, they need to do things by legal and all that stuff, and so it might be missing specifics of things. So just know that there, you know, there's great places to look, but it is really cool if you want any training and you want to know the quick videos, they're right there. Another new one is the MK ordering app. If you save something onto your computer, it will not show up in your mobile app. I bet you it will happen in the future, but you just can't do it right now.
Okay.
So just know you can't go back and forth. If you start one in the mobile app, you're going to have to finish it in the mobile app. To resources, and it has digital assets, and then it will have apps, and then you can go and it will actually have a link to it if you want. There's like a whole list of all the apps, and you can go to that specific one and go to the App Store or Google Play Store, and then it will immediately go to it. My Customers app. This is one that I think is mandatory for you to figure out and learn, okay? As a consultant, you will use this, and it will be very, very good for your business when you figure it out and how to use it, okay? So, My Customers app. You can add customers, you can do invoices and receipts, you can do the MK customer delivery service, you can put your inventory information in, and it can track how much you have of everything. You can do reports on your sales. If you add it to the app, you can add all the information that are in your invoices directly to your weekly accomplishment sheet, that it will automatically add your customers and their sales. Digital Showcase has a showcase of, if you want to know your Star Consultant prizes, if you want to know the flip chart, digital flip chart, it's there. Anything that showcases the products, that's going to be in there. E-catalog is it's our catalog that you can send remotely. You click share, whichever catalog you want to share to that specific person, and it will automatically send them the link to our e-catalog. ProPay, most of you should already figure out the credit card processing app. Okay, it's the only one that is linked to our Mary Kay websites. So if you want them to be able to put in their credit cards automatically and have it run it automatically, that's the one you have to have. You can use Apple, you can use Square, you can use PayPal, you can use a lot of other things, but that's the only app that's attached to our Mary Kay website. So personally,
It's totally worth it.
it's just worth it. You can use that money directly for an order where you don't have to like transfer funds. You can just like use it because it's in like a bank.
Just like you do on your computer.
Yeah. So personally, that's the only one I use and I recommend, but you can use other things if you're used to it. Just know that it will automatically say they don't accept credit cards. Even if you do, you just would have to tell them, I just run it separately, and you can do that, okay? Venmo is like the best thing since sliced bread.
Yes, it
with
is.
collecting money. We use that for Girls Night Out. When you put in your account and they put in their account, if they're going to be giving you a debit card number anyway, because no one carries, checkbooks anymore and cash, they're using a debit card, but it's charging you a fee. So if they're just going to be able to transfer it right over, they have no problem using Venmo, and it's usually easier and it's actually safer. It's tracked with PayPal. It's secured by PayPal. So don't worry about putting all your information in. It's secure, okay? Some people have issues with that, but it's just as secure as PayPal. It's just as secure if you put in your credit card information when you're ordering online with someone that uses PayPal to do credit cards. Like, it's just as secure. And there's no fees. You can usually get the funds within a day or two after. And now you can pay an extra fee to get it instantly if you want. But if you don't need it right away, you get it for free.
When you download it, it's gonna ask you for your banking information. In mine, I have 3 different accounts under my Venmo. But then it'll deposit like 32 cents in and 17 cents, and then you have to.
You have to verify.
Yes.
Yeah.
Verify, and as soon as you do, you can use it.
Yeah, it's really, really quick. It took me a couple of days, it seems, but it seems like I just added another account.
I did too.
It's
and
getting
like-
quicker and quicker, that as
it's
long
like
as you go in and you say which one they did, they can do it the same day.
Yeah.
And it verified the same day. So you don't really, just know that you can't put in your credit card information, that will charge you a fee.
Yes.
If you put in like banking account information, that won't charge you a fee, okay? The last one on this page is the Great Start app. This is for new consultants. Brand new consultants, you'll want to download this. Current consultants, right now, it's not as big of a deal for you to download it. It does track your destination red. I would love, and I hope they do this soon, that if you download the Great Start, anyone that is a new consultant, that you'd be able to find their bundles. But that's what this Great Start app is going to do, is your personal information about, you might not know, but you can earn extra bundles and extra product and extra team building bonuses and stuff. It will tell you how close you are to earning the next one. Okay, that is the list. I know I went through it really fast. You can download it and kind of play and tweak with it, but I did want to go over the first couple that I feel like are the most important and kind of the first steps. So the one that I wanted to go over first is the My Customers app.
Yes.
Okay? And then the next one I was going to is the pick collage if we have time. Okay? Based off of how many questions you have and whatnot. Yes.
Just one quick, are all these on the Mary Kay website or no?
No, just the ones that are specific to Mary Kay. So like Venmo, ProPay.
Yeah, I know those are not.
But all of those are.
Okay,
I got the
thank
pictures of these apps from that, so it is all on there.
you. Okay,
Yeah.
thank you.
Okay, so My Customers app. You add customers' information. You can add, it has the catalog, so you can create an invoice. You can send them, people, can you email me an invoice? They want to see like how much it breaks down to. You would just email or you can text it to them. It makes sure that you're tracking all of one of the things that I never did, because of my personality, I didn't want to take time for it. It was like, it is what it is. So normally, you're supposed to do tax on the retail amount, no matter if you're giving them a sale or not. How many of you actually do retail tax before you give the discount? All the C's in the. Okay.
I want my money.
I'm like, I don't care. I could be a public like that, I don't care. Anyway, so what I do is I would do the total, I give the discount, I figure out the tax, and then I total it. Like, that's how I do it. But in the app, it will do it the correct way without you having to figure it out.
Oh,
So,
great.
cool.
Great.
Awesome. Okay. If you're giving a discount, the My Customers app, you can do a percentage discount. You can do like a hostess credit if it was $10, $20, $30. You can do a dollar amount discount. You can put in a credit card information immediately on that invoice. The one thing on the app that you have to have all their information added. So you have to have their address, you have to have their phone number, you have to have name and all of that. But if you're just going to the ProPay app, you can do it without some of that information if you're trying to be faster, like with closing and stuff. So one of the ways you can do is you can hand them your phone at the beginning of the party and say, you can get 5 tickets if you add your information in, and you can just pass around your
I just told her
phone.
that then you're going into my customer database and then you'll get like
A catalog once a
in the mail.
quarter, yeah.
Cool.
So you would want to, if you do that, if not, then just know when you're doing the closing, you're going to have to fill out all their information. Whereas if they've already done it, you just click them as a customer, create the invoice, and then search for the stuff. It's
My
way
God.
fast and way easy. So this is the My Customers app. This is when you log in, you have to have your consultant ID. Just know that you cannot go onto any of these apps if you haven't gone onto the InTouch to create your own password. You have to go online on a computer to create your password before you can log into any of these.
But it's all your same.
But it's all the same login. Once you create it, then you can log in. This is what it looks like when you download it and you enter your information. You have customers, order, the catalog. So how many times are you like, oh, I need to know how much such and such is. You go to the catalog That's what it's gonna look like.
I'm gonna have to do that
You
with
would
all of
just
this
fill in
changes.
the information up here. So I want to look up Balara perfume, and it will show me the different options. Some of them are samples, some of them are the vials, whatever. But you're gonna find the correct one. So Bella or Bella Balara. I click on it. It tells me how much it is. It's $38. Okay. And then you can tell whoever it is if they're asking, right? The way that you're going to create an invoice, you would go to customers here. You're going to click on a person's name. So if they entered their information at the beginning of the night, you would be able to find them in this list.
It'll
Okay?
also save their birthday and it'll have little like, it's their
Icons.
birthday month. Yes, it's kind
Which
of
you can send birthday discounts, and you can easily look because it's the birthday cake next to their name, so you know that it's their birthday month. It's not day, it's birthday month. You can also find a wedding ring, which means that it's their anniversary month. So if you're going to be doing discount sales, happy whatever, then that's how you would find it. In this, you would just scroll down, you can text each individual person and customize it if you
And
want.
if you have their husband's number, you can say, ooh, boy, I got you something good for her.
Yes.
Yes.
So you're going to click on their name, and then you're going to click on plus, the plus on the bottom right corner. Okay? So when you click on the plus sign, that's what it's going to look like. Okay? It has 5 icons.
Oh, mine is.
5 icons. And what you're going to do is you want to create information. So customer details, you can take a picture of the person and add it to your customer database. You can set a reminder if you need to follow up with them after a certain period of time, or notes. Okay, but right now we're going to do the shopping bag. The shopping bag is going to create, you're going to start creating an order. So I'm going to show you how you do this from the beginning. So CDS, do you know what that stands for? CDS stands for Customer Delivery Service. So that means that it's coming from the company. You're wanting it to be shipped from the company. Say you don't have some of the products and you don't want to give her half and whatever, you just want it directly shipped to her, you're going to say CDS order, which means that they are going to ship it to your customer. If you want it directly shipped to your customer, you have to be active as a consultant, which means you have to have placed a 225 wholesale order that month or the 2 months previous. Okay? So 3 months you can place CDS orders. After that, you won't be able to do a CDS order. It would have to come from your inventory, okay? Or you'll have to do an active order and then you can do a CDS order. Okay, or it says from my inventory. So if you have product on hand, you're going to click from my inventory, okay? So you're going to click there, from my inventory. It then pulls up what is the catalog to be able to search for something, okay? So you're going to see, you can do collections. So you'll see these pictures and it will say skincare, makeup. Or you can just go into this search bar up here and you can type something in. So if I wanted to add in the repair set, I'm going to click repair, and it's going to come up with a couple of different options. It comes up with the TimeWise Repair Go set. It comes up with the VoluFirm Ultimate VoluFirm set. It comes up with all the samples, okay? So you need to collect on the right one. So if you look, see how it says sample set, sample set. This is the Ultimate, which has microdermabrasion. If you just want the Repair VoluFirm set, that is the one you're going to click on. Okay?
And then it shows you how many you have in stock.
If you're using the inventory, it will tell you how many you have on stock.
And this is what we have at home.
Yes, on your stock. If you keep track of it, and if you only order off of here, you'll never be off. I never got in the habit of always doing it because we didn't have this when I started. So I'm trying to get in the habit of always doing it because then my inventory will be right. But I don't regularly do that, and so then I'm off sometimes. So anyway, so what it will do is it will show you the price. You're going to put 1. You're going to add 1, 2 sets, however many they order, right? And then you can go to the shopping bag. What I do is if you add 1 right here and you need to add something, then you just go back. if you want to see what the total is just with that one thing, then you go to this shopping bag up here. Does that make sense? Okay, so for the training, if you want to add anything, you're going to select the back button. If you want to see how much it is, you add the shopping bag. So right now I'm going to select the shopping bag. It's going to show you all of it, and it goes to, you want to select the total button. And if you have put in the settings your percentage of what your sales tax is, it will automatically add your sales tax. It's going to show you all of it, and it goes to, you want to select the total button. And if you have put in the settings your percentage of what your sales tax is, it will automatically add your sales tax. It is state tax. It is not your county tax, because Mary Kay will pay state tax to all of our states. So you don't have to do quarterly taxes, yay! But we pay state tax, we don't do the county tax, because we don't have a brick and mortar building. We're all over the state, so that's why we pay state tax. But what you're gonna do is you're gonna go to taxes, you would add the 7.75 or whatever it is. You can then click the button that says set as default tax, just right underneath it. So you're gonna see this, and it's going to give you the tax amount, and then it's gonna give you the total amount. So it says complete order. If you're going to do, if they pay you in a check or cash, you would just hit mark complete, because you gave them the product, they gave you the money, okay? If the payment is a credit card, you tell which is the type of payment. You're just going to put credit card, cash, whatever it is, okay? So if you want to text or email the receipt, you're going to click on this top right button. There's 3 dots. And it says send email, archive order, change to CDS order, or delete order. Okay. Going through it, how to do the order. You can also take notes. So if you go to a specific person's name, it says customer details. You can add a picture up here, orders, products, notes. Or you can also add tags. Okay? Have any of you used tags before? A note is something that you're going to type out, and it will have all their information as you write it. Okay? So what I would do is I would put the date of whatever your note is, because you might remember, but later on you might not.
Yeah.
The notes are the best.
So,
I love notes and tags.
Do 6/25/19, and then say she is having a baby in 2 months. Check back then, or
And
whatever
they have
it
new
is.
ones out there that you can check all of that. It's kind of fun.
Yeah. You can also set the reminder to follow up with your, your customer then.
You set the reminder in there, or you mean just under reminder?
No, you can set a reminder. So on here, if you do the click the plus,
Oh, okay.
it has an alarm clock.
Oh, perfect.
That's how you set a reminder. And it will set off as an alarm.
Cool.
Okay. So you click the plus sign, and then the reminder is right here. If you want to click notes, then you're going to add, and you can write any notes that you want. It will be just whatever you write. The other thing is tags. Yeah, so she uses tags. She has quite a few. If you look at her tags, she has, no, that's awesome.
Okay.
No, use up tags as much as you want. It's awesome. So the tags are, she has booth, which means that she met this person at a booth, right? She has combo oily, meaning they have combo oily skin. Customer referral. She has dry normal, email, Facebook, facial bag, there's just a bunch of different tags, okay? So the way that you use them, yes.
So they're just there and you just click on them? Which one?
No, you have to create tags. You create your own tags.
Oh.
So,
I have
think
one that's,
about it.
Over 60. So when I'm thinking her name, and I already I have a tag, I say tag her as over 60. So I know she ain't messing around with nothing but the body fur. That's just.
That's what I would recommend for her as a repair set.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So you can have as many tags as you want.
Yeah.
Don't add things that someone else adds because you won't use them.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, you won't.
They need to be.
They need to be what your brain, the way that you think of your customers.
Oh, so
How would you want to search your customers? The way that these tags work is you can look up and you can say, who is tagged with combo oily skin?
So if you have a ton
If
of
you have-
old combo oily on
Yep.
yourself, Let's call all these ladies.
Yes, let's call all of the combo oily people. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Like for when the matte wear foundations came out, you could have gone back and said, these are all of my combo oily customers. So I need to let them know that the matte wear is changing, right? Then if you have normal to dry customers, and in August when we get the new luminous foundations, you could go through and say, these are all my normal to dry. Most likely they will be my luminous foundation wearers as well. You could have a tag for luminous foundation wearers, you know, like you don't have to, but I'm just saying, do what works for you. I would have a tag for repair sets. I would have a tag for miracle. I would have a tag for clear proof. All of the skincare types, and then maybe age range, 20 to 40s, or 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, like whatever you want. Create the tags, whatever, that you know that if I were to want to search for these types of customers. The other thing that I think is very, very useful is if you have a tag for people in a certain area. How many times would you like to be able to, if you're going to deliver to West Valley, and then you have a customer that says, calls you the next day after you delivered in that area. How many?
Yes.
If you had a tag, you could say, hey, I'm going to be in your area. I just wanted to check to see if you needed anything. Even if they don't, that's one more reason to contact them, and you have another contact with that person, and they're like, oh, you know what? I won't, but call me in a month. I'm going to be running out of this and that or whatever.
They need someone else who sells something near them.
Yes.
More likely to call you.
Yes, because they know you're on it. You're like regularly there. It's not, anyway, the more times that you contact them for random things, I think you're linked to them more closely. Does that make sense? Yeah.
Well, and they'll be like, oh, she's checking on me. That's
Yes.
nice. Oh,
Yes.
yeah, crap, I am out of this.
That's good.
And sometimes they forget to order, oh, I've been meaning to call you. How many people have you called where they say that?
And you can even, on the tags, like if, like West Valley or wherever
Yeah.
you're gonna be, then you can send them a text as a group.
Yes, you can do
Instead of
group
calling.
texts that is a mass texting of all of them, but it won't be in a group message because no one likes that.
It looks like it's personalized.
Yeah, it looks like it's for them.
Hey girl, you know,
Yes.
you just say, hey girl, I'm gonna be in your area. I wanted to double check, blah, blah, blah. And that's how you can use the tags. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Anyone have questions between like notes and tags? If you write it in a note, you would have to go to that personal files details and read it to know what it says. A tag will automatically group people together to easily find people. I think I kind of went over the app pretty good.
Yeah.
Do you guys have any questions about the app? The other thing that is in here is create reports and my 6 things. Okay? How many of you have heard of the 6 most important things list?
Yes.
Okay. You can create your 6 most important things on here, and it will create bubbles, and you can like, it's a little bit more
pop the
cutesy.
bubbles.
Yep.
You get to pop the bubbles once you're done. Okay. Settings.
Yep.
Okay. So what I want you to do is, for those of you who wanted to set a tax rate, I'm going to show you. Go to settings. Settings. Scroll down, and it will say tax rate.
I feel like someone who can find that.
You
easily
click
should,
set.
because we have-
So inventory, you go to my inventory. You can set how many you want in the base. Like if you want to have, I always want to have 4 repair sets on my shelf. And if you sell below that, then you can go in and say, create like an inventory order of all the things that I'm low on. And it will basically pull all the products that you need to order.
But and then you take a
You can-
picture, you just scan the bar code on
Yes.
the
You get your
box.
box.
So now
Yeah.
when you have, they have barcodes on your boxes. You,
Yeah.
the
from
inventory
company.
box.
Like when it comes from UPS.
It's the middle barcode, just so you know, not the top one.
You just hand it off the box instead of what's in there?
Yep, and it will automatically add all those things in to your inventory.
Wow.
So if you start now as a new
I
consultant,
still have the box that everything came in.
yeah,
Okay, cool.
yeah. If you have the barcode, you can still do it.
Yep.
Then you just have to do it, and then you have to then take it off. Yeah.
then you can-
So one of the best things that I recommend for tax purposes, create yourself as a customer, and then always add the things that you take off for your personal use and for your family onto your receipt and do an invoice for that. So it will first come off of your inventory, but also at the end of the year, you can figure out how much you spent. Easy. Yep. So have yourself as a customer. The other thing you can do if you want to track your hostess gifts, put hostess as a customer name, and you can do anything that you give away as an invoice for gifts. You just put under hostess, and that you can print off for the year. At the end of the year, you can go to create reports, and you can say, what have I sold, so for tax purposes, the reports are awesome. If you stay up and you put everything in.
See, and that's why I haven't done it, because I'm still paper.
I know, me too. So for new consultants, get in the habit to always put your stuff in.
It wasn't a big deal to do it initially. I hired the gals, 2 gals across the street. They had a blast. It was like playing.
I did it. I've done the inventory multiple times, and then the problem is I get off because I don't use it and put in all the orders every single time.
Right.
And so then I know I'm off, and so I just have stopped messing with the inventory. I just am like, once I'm in the habit of doing it all the time, then I'll redo the inventory. Okay, next thing. I'm going to show you Pic Collage. How many of you use Pic Collage, love it, understand it?
Love it, but also gets frustrating sometimes.
What frustrates Pic Collage?
I just want it to be quicker sometimes. Like I don't know. I like to be creative, but sometimes I just feel like it's.
Do you use the web images?
Sometimes. What do you mean? Like just I pull things off? Yes.
For backgrounds, for
Yeah.
cute pictures, for
Yeah.
everything?
Also, when you save it, if you want to print it, on mine anyway, it does not print it. It like scrunches it and it cuts off things.
Yes. It's because it's not the exact size of what like an 8.5 by 11 is.
Right.
So you have to then transfer it as a picture and then enlarge it for like.
Yeah, that's too much. My brain goes. Check.
So that's what this is. This is for digitally sending information.
Yes.
It is
Yes.
not to create mass folder. You can do it that way, but then you have to know what size you have to grow it and all that stuff. Okay. But on Pic Collage, how many of you know how? How many of you have tried to put something as a background picture, and then you put text on top of it, and then you touch the picture, and then your text goes away?
I haven't
Yes,
figured it out.
yes, Kaylin showed me. I was like almost swearing. Almost.
Okay, so for like your picture for the 1, 2, 3 foundation striping, the best and easiest way, you go to Freestyle, this middle one.
And it's
Freestyle.
something you can pay for to get like stuff out there, but I just do the free. I've never paid.
Yeah, I've never.
I get it off the page.
Oh no, I've paid because it doesn't say Pic Collage anymore. But if you don't pay, one of the it drives me crazy
The ads.
is where it says Pic Collage. Do you know that it's easy to take that off? You save it and then edit it and just move it up. As long as you don't have words and things below the Pic Collage name,
That's what I've done.
you don't have to have it on anything. Why? Why? Don't understand. So background. One of the other things, you just select a background, okay? But how many of you have wanted to have different backgrounds but you don't want to have to pay for them? Do you know how to do it? Oh,
Just by the
You
picture
just
on the
threw
website.
just wait. Just wait.
You just pick through them, don't you?
No, there's only so many, and they're not like cutesy, okay? So you're going to scroll.
Oh yeah, okay.
It's under web image. Pink background.
I was wondering how people got all these crazy ones.
You go here. You're going to say set as background. It'll be the
Thank you.
quickest, fastest.
So excited.
Okay, so now you're going to go and you're going to say, so you text girls night, you have all these pictures come up. Okay, if it's something like it has too much white background, you don't like it. So it's going to give you a border of what to do. So I'm going to do this rectangular one right here. Okay, and then I'm going to move this rectangle. Okay, so you crop it if you want it to look a different way, okay? Charcoal mask. We're going to do girls' night charcoal mask. Where are you gonna go? Web image.
Oh gosh.
And you're gonna put charcoal mask. Right? Can I just show you how it is to edit and take out the name Pick Collage? I'll just show you that
Yeah.
because it'll be really easy here in a
So
second.
move this thing up at the top here, right?
She can
Yeah.
move it.
You can do whatever you want to it, but I'm just saying. Yes. So what I would do is, okay, I'd say, okay, next I need to add words. So I'm gonna do text, and I'm just gonna say, come have fun.
I like it.
Come have fun and try our. This is super fast. This is not amazing charcoal mask.
That's not what you would say in your.
I'm just saying. Okay. Shorten. Make it bigger. Make it shorter.
Do that.
Okay, right there. So I'm creating this. You can save it and you can crop it when you go, right? The other way to do it is, you all know how to snapshot, screenshot. You're gonna screenshot and then you just go and you take out the Pick Collage and go to the top and say done, save the photos.
You'd be so disappointed when that's
Yay! And then you go to the picture and look, it doesn't say Pick Collage. You guys know that if you have one created, you create one and then you just edit the text, right?
Right.
Yeah. So I have the, beauty experience one that I've passed around.
Can you pass it around again?
You can have your picture on it. You can have yours and her picture on it. You can have like whatever you want.
So then they know who I am.
Yes. And so when I do personal parties and you're going to the home, I always put my picture on it. Okay, when you're customizing it. But the general invites, obviously, in the app don't have your picture on it. But you can change it. So create one for charcoal mask. Create one for when they try microdermabrasion. Create one for, or you can do just a general one and then tweak it and change it. But a lot of times you don't even, if you create 3 or 4 different invites,
You're good.
you don't have to change the wording of it because this one's microderm, this one's charcoal mask, this one's, does that make sense? So Pick Collage is super easy to use. And yes, and now they've added tons more fonts to create it. So do you guys know how to do like a background color on the text? Like if you have a busy picture behind it and you need to be able to block it out with like black or white, do you guys know how to do that?
Yes.
No, but
I don't know how to use it, but
practice in 2 weeks,
it's okay.
We'll see how.
Yes.
We'll get you there.
Yes.
Michelle.
Okay, so anyway,
Probably before
quick,
then.
easy, my customers app, Pick Collage. Hopefully that helps all of you, and we'll do some more training.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you.